so in this video I will teach you how to install your first SoundFont and Blade style into your Proffieboard. You will need, okay, first of all is a micro SD card reader. The second one is a micro USB to USB cable, okay. So make sure, this is very important, the cable that you are using is a data transfer cable. And for me, this cable has a maximum output of 1A. So I suggest that you order a new one, okay. Don't use your existing just to be sure, because if you get this wrong, it will fry your Proffieboard. Alright, and of course tweezers if you need to get the SD card. So the first thing that we need to do is go to Google and search for ProffieOS. And on the ProffieOS, of course, you download the latest version, which is Proffieboard over there. And then you go to the Arduino website, so which you can click directly over here and also download it. So once you already download the Arduino software and the ProffieOS, just put them over here. And of course for Arduino, we install it depending on your OS. Okay, agree and install. And the third thing that we will need, okay, is for us to get our sound font. In this case, if you want free sound fonts, you can go to Cosmic Ape, and there are a lot of free sound fonts over there, and good blade styles as well, because as you know, most sound fonts and blade styles are not free. So there you go. So I'll be choosing Maverick Hunter 0, and looking at this video, it should look and sound like this. There you go. So just click download and just input the necessary details that you need. Alright, so now we have the ProffieOS, Arduino, and the sound font and blade style that we want to install. So now let's go to our lightsaber, because this is the next step now is to get your Proffieboard out and get your SD card. So I will do that just now. Here we go. So once you have your micro SD, just put it in your micro SD card reader and now put it into your PC. So the SD card should look something like this. You have sound fonts over here and the config file. So the first thing that you need to do now is make sure to have a backup of everything, okay? This is the most important part. So once the backup is good, just close it, okay, and put it somewhere on the back over there. And on your SD card, okay, we're not yet done. Okay, on your SD card, you should see this config file over here, or a text document file. It can be the name of your saber, the name of your retailer. Okay, so this is the thing that we need to copy on your desktop. And then now, okay, this time we have to put our sound fonts in here. So remember the sound font we downloaded a while ago, which is the Maverick Hunter. So this time we actually extract it and then put the sound font over there. Okay, so we have over here Proffieboard. Okay, I would actually rename this to Maverick. Okay, because that's the name of the sound font. So there you go, Maverick. And now put it in your SD card for the lightsaber. So once that's done, just eject the SD card, and now you put the SD card back into your lightsaber. So I still need. I hope that they can make this chassis much more easier when removing and inserting SD card, but yeah, there we go. Okay, so now this we're not yet done. Okay, and the next thing that we need to do now is go to Arduino, the software itself. So by default, there should be nothing in here. Make sure you go to open. Okay, just open and then go to the Proffieboard. Okay, ProffieOS, and open the main Proffieboard over here. So now once you open it, we should have the same thing over here. Okay, and the next thing that we need to do now is go to tools and make sure you have these settings over here, which is serial plus mass storage plus web USB, SD card, 80 megahertz, smallest code. Later on we will change this as we plug in our Proffieboard, but yeah. And on the board, you go to boards manager and make sure you search for Proffie. As of now, I have 3.6.0 installed. By default, Arduino shouldn't have this, so search for Proffie and make sure you install the latest version. Now, remember the config file, okay? So right now, this config file is actually a text file over here. So we actually need to convert it to an H file, okay? Because or else it might not read. So you go to ProffieOS. Again, this folder is very important. ProffieOS. You go to config. And just copy anything here. Okay, I'll copy anything here. So copy and paste. So the reason why we are doing this is to make sure that we are converting this to an H file. So over here, just copy everything. Okay, don't change anything, just copy. And over here, just delete everything and paste it. So in there, you can rename it to whatever you want. So Luke Saber, because that's my saber, or you can just you can just name it that. Okay, Luke. So there we go, and you can delete this. So you go back to your ProffieOS, you go to config, and this is where you place this whole thing over here. This is very important, okay, because this is pretty much the instruction that we're going to send to our Proffieboard. So on your Proffieboard now, you remove these two slashes over there, and then change your config, okay, to the name that you want. So recall, config that we placed is named Luke, okay, so you can change that if you wish, any name. So just make sure you put here Luke, okay. So make sure to verify it, okay, just to check that it's just to check that it's the correct one. So after compiling it, yes, that's right, it's the correct config file. It is Arduino has read it, and we should be seeing the same thing once you press verify. If you do not see the same thing, make sure this one is set to your SD card over here. Okay, we have the same settings over here. So here comes the most interesting part, because the next part we will put the blade style into this config file that we have placed over here. Going back to our sound font, you should see here a blade style on the README over here, okay, and you should have here a blade style code. And if you haven't seen it yet, a blade style can be quite intimidating, but essentially they look like this, okay. This is the blade style itself, and this is the one that we will insert on our config file, which is over here. So again, go to ProffieOS, go to your config, and then go to your the config file itself. Alright, so this is the process now where we will insert our sound font. A lot of codes over here. It can be intimidating at times, but the only thing that you need to know here are these three parts over here, okay. First part is the name of the sound font. The second part is the blade style itself, and as you can see, the blade style can be just a few numbers, or it can be a lot of codes over there. And the last part is this comma over here. The last part, I'm not sure what it's called, but this is the most important thing here, the comma, and this close parenthesis over here and another comma. So remember, our sound font is called Maverick. So in here, what we will just do is copy this, paste it, and change this to Maverick, okay, to Maverick. The next thing that you need to do now is to go into the blade style. So this is the whole blade style itself, and you copy it. So starting from here, every blade style starts with style PTR. You copy it, and now go back to Google, and then you search for style editor, okay, and you should be led over here. So when you copy this code over here and then you paste it over here, okay, paste, submit, it should look something like this. So there you go. So this is what we expect our lightsaber to be when we insert it into our Proffieboards. Once we verify that this is the blade style that we want to insert, so again, just make sure, just copy it, and now we paste it into our config file, which is over here. Here's one thing to note, okay, with my lightsaber, okay, as you can see on my config over here, the number of blades is 2, okay. This means that I have to paste this 2 times. However, if your blade is 1, okay, just the number of blades is 1, then you only need to paste this whole code once. Okay, so again, get the whole thing, and then I'll copy it, and then search the Maverick, the one we inserted here, and then I will paste it twice. So Control V, okay, and another one, okay, another one, Control V. So I have to put it twice. Okay, so now as you can see here, we have this end comma over here. So what you need to do now is just to hit backspace and just make sure that this is the last part over here. Okay, so again, this is the name of our sound font. This is our blade style. Okay, this is the first blade style that we pasted, And this is another blade style, just same thing, okay, the same blade style that we pasted over here. And of course, the last part is this. This is very important. You make sure that there's a comma, space, and anything that you want. You can just put X and just save it. Okay, just click save. You go back to Arduino and verify. Okay, this is because this is the part where we will know if we've done an error or if the code is okay. And there you go. There are a couple of reds over there. If you see the same thing, that it means that your code is functioning. If not, please skip to this timestamp and see what might be the issue. But if it's working, then we move on to the most important step, which is connecting our Proffieboard to our computer. On your lightsaber, make sure to remove the battery. Remove it, and then you make sure that the kill switch is on. Alright, we attach it just like that, okay? So make sure you attach it first, and then the second part is where we insert this. Now, another important thing, okay? Make sure you listen. Once you put this into your computer, you have to make sure that your Proffieboard is in a position where it will not move. Because as you know, the Proffieboard has gesture controls. If the Proffieboard turns on, you moved it, okay, while it's attached to your computer, this Proffieboard will break, okay? It will break and you will not be able to use it anymore. Okay, so now I will insert it into my computer. So if it makes a sound, it means that the connection is successful. And now what you need to do now is you want to make sure that your computer has actually read the Proffieboard, okay? So the only way we will know that is go to Tools and make sure your port is COM for Proffieboard, okay? If just in case your computer does not detect the Proffieboard, please go to this timestamp, and then once you get it fixed, you go back into this section over here. Alright, so the next step that you need to do once you have everything in check, you have your Proffieboard on your computer, please don't move it, okay? You verified your code. Now you click upload. So yes, it can take a while, and as you can see over here, there is a download file showing up over here at the bottom. And if you click upload and we don't see the same thing, there's a high chance that you haven't selected the port, okay, the port to the Proffie, and you must do that, okay. But right now, okay, don't touch the board while it's downloading, okay, don't touch it at all. And we should see the same thing over here, which is download, and there's a progress file over here. Alright, there you go. So once it has said here download successfully, just remove your Proffieboard to your computer, right? You plug it out, and then you get the SD card out, and now you place it into your lightsaber. So now we will test to see if it has actually worked.
I've got this one.
And there you go. Alright, so there are usually two common errors we usually get for the Proffieboard. So for example, if you have this error over here, okay, error compiling for Proffieboard, and you see this line over here, this error over here, it only means that there's a high chance that the error lies on the last part. So over here, as you can see, I had an extra comma over there, so I'll just remove that extra comma and make sure there's a comma at the end as well, and then just verify, and it should be okay. Another issue that you might commonly get is this error over here. So this error over here usually means that, as you can see here, the flash overflowed by 8480 bytes. This means that your Proffieboard will not be able to handle a lot of codes. The solution to this is usually to just reduce the amount of blade styles that you don't need or that you don't want. And once you verify it, it should now be good. Okay, so what if your system cannot detect the Proffieboard? Okay, so basically what you just need to do is just to go to Google and then search for Zadig with a Q at the end, and you make sure you download this, okay? Make sure that when you run Zadig, okay, actually it's a G, not with a Q, excuses, okay? You should have your Proffieboard plugged into your computer. So I'm not sure why mine is not showing up, okay? Probably because I've already installed the driver. What you just need to do is you need to find the system bootloader 32, Okay, it should be there. Just select it and then install the driver. So what Zadig usually does is that it basically installs the driver so that your computer can detect your Proffieboard or your ProffieOS. Okay, and again, you should have ProffieOS plugged in while this is open. And that is pretty much it for this guide. Okay, if you have any questions, have any issues, feel free to comment down. Okay, comment down below, and I will do my best to help you out.